Thank you so much. When I was asked, well, it's been about 7 or 8 months ago, if I would come and speak at the dedication of this beautiful, fabulous home, I said, sure, I'd love to come. And Barry said at the time, you will be blown away. When I accepted and said yes, I would come, I expected to be impressed, but I didn't know that I would be blown away. I am. I'm blown away not only by the amazing facility that you have, but the wonderful support and the love and obvious dedication and hard work that has gone into building this beautiful facility. I have spent the day here. I came at 8 this morning and was able to meet your governor and witness the wonderful outpouring of his obvious interest and support of this operation and of the event that has taken place. And that's pretty impressive when you can get a governor of a state and his entire cabinet to come and have a breakfast meeting, and as Chris so elegantly said, not just a drive-by or a walk-through, but let's come and stay and talk and see what's going on here. So I applaud that. I particularly applaud the Jewish Foundation, the Chelsea Jewish Foundation, for the hard work that has gone in to raising the money to create this facility. Barry said $38 million is a high price to pay for getting over the rainbow. You know, I would disagree with that. I think that money is the least of our concerns here. Money can be raised, money can be spent, money has great value in our society. But when it ends up with a result like this, it's just darn impressive. And there's no amount of money that can be, in fact, too much to create someplace like this. I do represent the National ALS Association, and I'm very proud of it. Actually, what I said when I came out of that meeting, my first interview, in-person interview, was that if the organization, the ALS Association, was looking for change, then I would get the job. If, in fact, it was going to remain status quo, they would hire somebody else. Well, I got the job, and I guess I didn't know really what I was getting into, but my personal connection to ALS has propelled me to where I am today. And I am convinced that I am here for a reason. This is a mission for me. It is a mission where I meet and greet and partner with people and have the opportunity nationwide to hear stories perhaps not quite as moving as Steve's, and maybe not with the same result, but those same moving stories of families who have shared the journey of ALS together. I too have been touched by the disease. A little over 2.5 years ago, one of my very dearest friends died of the disease. And I was privileged to be part of his circle of care during that journey. And I said at the time, if that job ever becomes available, it's one of the few jobs that I would really be interested in having. And lo and behold, shortly thereafter, the CEO of the organization announced his retirement, and I started down the journey, and I was the one who got the job. So again, I do feel that I'm here for a reason. The ALS Association is nationwide. In fact, we have impact worldwide with our worldwide research program. We are the only ALS group that is dedicated solely to the fight of ALS research and patient care, as well as advocacy. We have 41 chapters across the United States and 32 certified centers and many clinics that are ALS certified, where people who are starting their journey, and Steve has been part of that, he sits on the board of the Massachusetts chapter, so you know the partnerships that exist between what we do at the national level and what we do at the local level. When I took this job, one of the things I said was, you know, that action happens in communities. It does not happen in Calabasas, California, or Washington, D.C. I am committed as the leader of this organization to be impactful at the local level. And organizations that support and do things at the local level, in my mind, are the organizations that are successful. And this is a perfect example of a partnership at the local level, working across your state, can make such an impactful difference to people living with this disease. There's not much that I could bring to the party, except I do have a gift. And that would be handmade quilts that we're going to give to the residents of the Steve Sailing wing, if you will, house. These quilts are another example of a can-do attitude. Kathy Thompson, whose son, 32-year-old son Josh, father of two, has ALS, decided that she too wanted to put her energy to use, and she owns a batting company that sells quilt batting to people across the United States. And she started on her blog a project to have handmade quilts made for National Caregivers Month, which is in November, and asked the association to partner with her and to distribute these handmade quilts. And she thought when she started the project, maybe she'd get a couple hundred of them. Well, right now we have 1,200 quilts, and we're still counting. They will be distributed through the 42 chapters of the ALS Association across the United States, but I'm very proud and pleased to present these quilts for the Steve Sailing House, the first distributed from the Virginia, DC, and Maryland chapter on behalf of Kathy Thompson and her group in Roanoke, Virginia. So we are hoping that little bit of handmade love from one chapter to another will extend for years in health and happiness as people reside in this home. And finally, and I'll move that off you, Steve, it might be hot. Finally, I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge Steve himself. I see day in and day out in this job people who take what is truthfully just such an awful diagnosis and turn it into something positive and meaningful. And there's no better representation of that than the man sitting right here. He has taken, as Chris said and as Barry has pointed out, what has been a bad pitch for him, and he has made a tremendous impact, not only in his own life, but in the lives of many who will come for years after he finally, we hope when he's about 95, is over the rainbow. So again, thank you so much for including us. I congratulate all of you. I am so pleased and proud to be here today. And on behalf of the National Association, I thank you for what you do each and every day and applaud you for a wonderful project. Thank you.